So you already heard my long introduction, so I'm not going to spend too much time. But one thing I would like to bring to your attention is something that I've decided to focus on quite a bit in the work that I do. So I've done talent development and talent acquisition for many, many years at this point. I started in higher education, and then I moved to the corporations, and like my day-to-day is talent development. So it's under the same bucket. And what I've learned is that typically when we're, again, whatever change we might be going through, there's usually three things that we must always kind of keep in the back of our mind that are essential and basic. And when you hear it, you're going to be like, yes, we know this, Elena, but I always say this as a reminder because I think it's such an important reminder we often forget because we get so busy. And those three things are around well-being. So what I mean by well-being is that no matter, depending on which research you look at, there's 10 to 12 different pillars of well-being. There's the career well-being, financial well-being, social well-being, and so on. I focus on three in everything that I do in my work, and particularly as I'm now studying this cognitive neuroscience and behavior science, it's coming to me more and more to understand that even from a science perspective, there's three aspects of well-being that we must keep in mind no matter what we're going through, whether career change, job search, or just, growing in our careers, just, living in this world that is constantly changing. And those well-being pillars are the physical well-being. So, how well do we sleep? How much do we move throughout the day? Like, just our health. The other well-being is the mental/emotional. So it's all of our self-awareness, our understanding, what is it that we're looking for? What do we bring to the table? Removing limiting beliefs and those sort of things. And then the third well-being piece is the social well-being. And it's the support that we have around us. It's community like these 40 plus, for example, right? Being around people that can support us and help us in whatever it is that we're looking to do in life and in our careers. So these three pieces I always, kind of incorporate in everything that I do because I think they're the base of everything. And unless these three things are working, everything else can just be a little bit harder. So, for people who are maybe just like feeling a little bit stuck where they might be, start to audit these three pieces in your life. And I bet you a lot of times if you just audit those three pieces, the social well-being, the mental, emotional well-being, and the physical well-being, there's probably a lot of things that can be uncovered there as you're going through change. As many of you have gone through changes, although, I might seem young, but I have gone through several changes in my life, from life changes, personal changes, career changes. I've pivoted 3 times so far. I've had over 20 plus jobs. I've learned the hard way how to interview, learned the hard way how to talk to recruiters, and then surprisingly, I became a recruiter. So don't ask me how that happened. I just fell into that career because it's just one of my pivots, and I love it. But what we're going to spend some time talking about today is brain science and change. And then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about AI tools to help you simplify the job search process. Because when it comes to job search and change, there's a lot of technology that's out there right now to help us make the process just easier, because it's already draining, it's already exhausting, right? And last thing we need is to waste our time on things that can be done with tools. All the tools I'm going to be sharing with you today are going to be free tools. So there are, of course, paid options for those tools as everything else, but most of the things I'm going to be sharing are free. And also, I believe Milry is going to share with you guys like a follow-up email or some kind of, I'm not sure, Milry, how you're going to do it, but maybe like a follow-up email with all these things I'm going to be discussing. So, you can write them down, but even if you don't, it's going to come your way. And then, of course, I'm going to share recruiter insights. So, and answer any questions you may have.